This next video I am doing today is about a drill. Now, I don't know if this drill is really going to happen or not. I don't know. I know that I got this. Actually, I got this off of Drudge. It was linked to Drudge, and it went also to, I believe the website's Zero Hedge. In fact, I'm pretty sure it was Zero Hedge website that I got it from. I can't find it on here, but I'm pretty sure that that is where I picked this up at. Which, if I'm not mistaken, Zero Hedge, they talk a lot about precious metals and investments and different things. But anyway, they're also an Awake website. And for some reason, they were able to get this hooked up through Drudge. Okay. Anyway, what this is that the DoD plans a solar storm-based national blackout drill during Antifa protests in November. How far into November? Well, next week. Supposedly, these drills are going from November 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. Now, what happened is, and there's a copy of it on the Zero Hedge website. I believe it's the Zero Hedge. I'm 98% sure that this was Zero Hedge. But here, they've got a document that went out to those people that deal with ham radios. Now, ham radio is amateur radio, for those of you that don't know. In case of a grid down situation where you've lost all your communications, if you have a ham radio, you should be able to get onto ham radio and communicate with somebody else who is on ham radio. There's a lot of people out there that have ham radios that are waiting for the total blackout. Okay? It's not if, it's when. Okay? That is coming to this country. Now, how it's going to happen, I don't know if it's going to be blamed on Russia, solar flares, or Korea, North Korea, you know. I don't know, you know, but it's coming. They put little pieces of this when you're watching movies, you know, they're like trying to prime people. I remember a couple years back, they were in mainstream media giving you all these news articles about how solar flares were going to cause a possible grid down. Well, you know, nothing happens by accident. So if we have a grid down, you best believe it didn't just happen. Okay? They have been subliminally programming us that this is going to happen for quite a long time. And now they're about to do a drill and simulate one. However, they sent that letter, that one that I held up to you, they sent that to ham radio operators because they are doing an experiment to see the public's reaction from city to city to city. Now, I don't have a list of cities. I don't live in the big city. But many people that I do know do live in big cities. I've got family in big cities, friends, okay? Many of you do. I would imagine they're going to be hitting big cities. But they aren't advertising this. I think they briefly mentioned this in mainstream, but they are not saying much about it. Also, what they're doing is they're doing it in order to, they want to see the public's reaction during a grid down crisis. So, just remember, if your lights go out anytime between November 4 through 6 or during the entire time of November 4 through 6, it's a drill, okay? Now, what's going to break out afterwards? That is the point of this video. Okay, first of all, we know that today's society is not very civilized. We know that today's society, people are very dependent on their electronics. They're dependent on their money. They have a lot of idols in their life. And when you take down a grid, which means no electricity, you know, people start freaking out a little bit. Okay? I would imagine, you know, in a grid down, the grocery stores are going to be packed with people. Okay? Now, this event is going to come as a surprise to people. Again, if this event really is taking place. I'm not saying this is etched in stone. I'm just letting anyone that runs across this channel know it could happen. Okay, now, if this drill does take place and people start freaking out and those EBT cards are not going to do them any good in a grocery store, or people that are cell phone zombies are just, you know, my cell phone, you know, I don't know, I don't know what the reaction of people is, but if you've got a brain in your head and you do not have to work that day or those 3 days, stay home. Don't go anywhere, because your city might be one of the cities that is part of this drill. Okay? Now, here's the worst part, and this is the real reason for this video. What is going on during that time? Well, guess what? Everybody knows what Antifa is, right? These are the people that hate conservatism. These are the people that are protesting Trump. These are the people that are calling for the impeachment of Donald Trump because they want progressiveness. They are about progressive. Okay? These are the... I want to say that they're the liberal-minded folks, but I'm not sure what they are at this point. I believe that their minds have been taken over. Guess what? Their protest march is exactly during that time. In fact, I believe their protest march is on the, I think it's on the 5th, if I'm not mistaken. Nope. November 4. It begins November 4. They got this big heading that they're out there advertising. The Trump-Pence regime must go! Exclamation mark. Okay? And there's more than 33,000 people on Facebook supposedly sharing this. I'm telling you, there's going to be some chaos on that day. Beginning that day. I don't even know if this protest goes on. All I know is the government decided they were going to do this drill right at the same time. Now, are they looking for a reason for martial law? Are they testing their own communications during a grid down? I don't know, but the timing is really bad. Okay? Anyway, that article is there in case you're interested. If you want to know any more, I would go back to Zero Hedge website, and it is dated October 27 is when this article came out. This is already October 29. I've been sitting on this thing a couple of days. Anyway, and this is scheduled for next weekend. So, like I said, folks, I would stay home. I really wouldn't make plans for those days. I would stick kind of close to home, because your city might be part of that drill. Okay? And they are not announcing to the public, because if they announce to the public, and this is truly their intentions, then they're not going to really get a good idea of the chaos that's going to go on during a drill. Okay? I would dare say there will be chaos, but that's how I see it. Anyway, I hope you have a good day. I hope that you pass this information on to people that you know. Even if they don't understand anything that's going on today, or they won't listen, at least tell them, if we have some type, there might be a testing or a drill coming up next weekend. Anyway, God bless you. Have a great day. Be blessed.